Previously on Simselor, Rowen's dates took a passionate turn, starting with a fun date with Casey at the bowling alley, to a steamy beach day with Pheonix, and an unforgettable coffee shop rendezvous with Randi. But after a difficult conversation, Katrina bowed out, leaving just 3 women in the running for Rowen's heart: Casey, Pheonix, and Randi. Now, with hometowns behind them, it's time to meet his family. Casey stepped into Rowen's huge family home, all warm smiles and nerves, as Rowen's mom greeted her with a polite hug. Then Rowen's mom gave Casey a once-over, her smile thin. "Well," she said, "that's certainly a modern outfit. I guess fashion's changed since my day." She chuckled, but the judgment hung in the air. Casey blinked, smile faltering just slightly, unsure how to react. Rowen quickly stepped in with a warm hug for his mom, throwing a playful glance her way. "Hi, Mom. Can we play nice today?" he said with a grin, his tone light but pointed. His mother gave a tight smile and nodded. "Of course, dear. Always." Casey raised an eyebrow but said nothing, letting Rowen's charm smooth over the moment. Out by the sprawling pool that overlooked the valley, the view was undeniably stunning. Golden hills rolling out into the distance beneath a crisp blue sky. "Wow," Casey said, taking it all in. "This is insanely beautiful. You grew up here?" Rowen's older sister stepped forward with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "We sure did. It's a lot to live up to." She shook Casey's hand, her gaze subtly sweeping her outfit. Just as Casey was starting to relax, Rowen's sister leaned in with a tight smile. "Well," she said coolly, eyes flicking over Casey again, "I sure hope this isn't the one you choose. Personally, I was rooting for the girl you slept with in the shower." She gave a pointed glance at Rowen, then turned on her heel. "But hey, way to keep it classy, little brother." Casey froze, her smile faltering. "Wait, what?" Rowen's face went pale. Rowen opened his mouth, then closed it again, searching for words that wouldn't come. Casey stared at him, waiting, hoping, for some kind of explanation. But none came. The silence grew heavy. The sound of water lapping gently in the pool was the only thing between them. Casey finally looked away, her jaw tightening. "Well," she said, "this just got really uncomfortable." Rowen still said nothing. Rowen's mother let out a sharp breath, pinching the bridge of her nose before placing both hands dramatically on her forehead. "Rowen," she said coolly, her voice laced with disdain, "must you constantly find new ways to tarnish our family name? On national television, no less. Do you have any idea what the board will think?" She shook her head, clearly more concerned about appearances than anyone's feelings. Casey stared at Rowen, eyes wide with betrayal. "Is that true?" she asked, her voice low and tight. When he didn't answer fast enough, she shook her head. "Unbelievable. You let me stand here like an idiot while your family airs that out?" She turned sharply, heels crunching on the stone path. "Have a nice life, Rowen," she snapped over her shoulder, then stormed off, out of frame. Rowen's mother looked at Casey's retreating figure, then turned to Rowen with a dismissive shrug. "Well, don't worry, dear. She's not good enough for you anyway," she said, her tone casual and matter-of-fact, as if this was just another trivial exchange. Rowen let out a frustrated sigh, running a hand through his hair. He felt the weight of the moment sinking in, the harsh sting of having hurt Casey gnawing at him. He couldn't help but think, I really blew this. Later that evening, Randi joined Rowen and his family, her presence a refreshing contrast to the tension that had hung in the air. She approached Rowen's mother with a smile, extending her hand gracefully. "Hi, it's so nice to meet you," Randi said warmly, her tone polite but genuine. "I've heard so much about you from Rowen." Rowen's mother, observing Randi's grace and composure, couldn't help but be impressed. She gave her a small nod of approval before speaking. "Well, I must admit I'm pleasantly surprised," she said, her tone softening. "You carry yourself with such poise and charm. It's rare to see someone so grounded, especially in such a chaotic situation." Rowen's mother gave her a genuine, though still somewhat reserved, smile. "You've certainly made a good impression on me, Randi." Rowen, overhearing his mother's praise, couldn't hide a small, appreciative smile. He was glad to see that his mother was warming up to Randi, especially after the earlier tension with Casey. As the evening came to a close and the soft hum of conversation faded, Randi lingered near Rowen, her eyes catching his with a gentle warmth. She stepped a little closer, her voice soft but sincere. "You know, Rowen," she whispered, her tone low and intimate, I've really missed being in your arms. There's something about just being close to you that feels right. Her gaze held his with a quiet intensity, and for a moment, the world around them seemed to vanish. The connection between them was undeniable, a magnetic pull that neither of them could ignore. I don't want the night to end just yet, she added, her words a quiet invitation. Rowen felt his heart race, excitement bubbling up inside him at the subtle invitation in Randi's voice. He looked into her eyes, feeling an undeniable pull. Without hesitation, he took a step closer, his voice low but steady. Well, how could I say no to that? He said, a playful smile tugging at his lips. I think we should make the most of tonight. Why don't we head up to my room? I'd like to spend some more time with you. His words hung in the air, thick with promise. There was something about Randi's presence that made him forget the world, made him feel like they were the only two people that mattered in that moment. Randi and Rowen spent the night wrapped in each other's arms, their connection deepening with every soft touch and whispered word. The hours slipped by unnoticed as they shared quiet moments, their chemistry undeniable. Every glance, every brush of skin felt like the world was melting away, leaving only the warmth between them. In the quiet of the night, they found solace in each other's presence, their hearts beating in sync as they drifted into sleep, lost in the embrace of something more than just a fleeting connection. Randi quietly slipped out of bed, making her way to the bathroom. Rowen, still half asleep, smiled softly and murmured, "Don't be long. I miss you already." His voice was warm, a hint of affection in every word. Randi paused at the door, her heart fluttering, before she whispered back, "I won't be." Then, she disappeared behind the bathroom door. Just as Rowen stretched, still groggy, his mom popped her head into the room. "Did I hear voices in here?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. Rowen froze, his heart racing. No voices, just me." His mom eyed him suspiciously, but Rowen gave her a nervous smile. I'm just trying to wake up. Everything's fine." She gave him an amused glance. Well, don't take too long. Another of your girls will be here soon," she said, not buying his excuse. With a knowing smile, she turned and walked out, leaving Rowen to let out a sigh of relief. Later that afternoon, Pheonix met Rowen's mom for the first time. She was nervous at first, but as soon as she made a joke about Rowen's childhood, how he used to sneak cookies before dinner, his mother laughed so genuinely that Pheonix felt the tension ease. "You know, he still does that," Rowen's mom said, smiling warmly. Pheonix grinned. "I guess some habits are hard to break." Rowen's mom chuckled. "Well, I'm glad you have a sense of humor. It's rare around here." After his mother left, Rowen and Pheonix found a quiet spot to sit and talk. The conversation was light and easy, with both of them laughing at small jokes and sharing little stories. As they spoke, Rowen found himself relaxing, enjoying the comfort Pheonix brought him. There was a quiet understanding between them, something unspoken, but felt in the way their words flowed effortlessly. They both knew there were still big decisions ahead, but for now, it was just about the connection they shared in the moment. As the conversation faded, Pheonix stepped closer to Rowen, her eyes locking with his. Without a word, she reached up, pulling him into a deep, passionate kiss. Rowen's heart raced, and for a moment, everything felt right. But then, the guilt hit him like a wave, and he gently pulled away, his breath shaky. "Pheonix, this is harder than I thought," he confessed, his voice low. "I'm feeling something for you, and for others too, but it's complicated." He ran a hand through his hair, trying to find the right words. Pheonix, sensing the tension, gave him a soft smile, waiting for him to continue. "It's just, I care about all of you, and I don't know how to navigate this. All these feelings pulling me in different directions," Rowen admitted, feeling vulnerable for the first time in this entire journey. Pheonix nodded, her gaze tender. "I understand," she said quietly, though the hint of a question lingered in her eyes. "I just want you to be honest with yourself, and with me." Rowen nodded, silently grateful for her understanding, but the weight of his secret still pressed heavily on his chest. Next time on Simselor, it's a rose ceremony to remember. Tensions rise as emotions spill over, with shocking revelations that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Who will stay, and who will be sent home? With drama, tears, and more surprises than ever before, Rowen's journey is about to take an unexpected turn. Stay tuned for all the chaos, the heartbreak, and the truth coming to light.